Yes. Um, okay, thank you. Ashley Costa tuning in South Carolina. Yes, definitely. We'll be at Dillon Motor Speedway this upcoming weekend, or they will. They got the Mass Series. We're going to get Ron Barfield on the program one day. I know he's got such a crazy schedule, but I want to get him on the show sometime to talk about what he has done with the Mass Series, with the Mid-Atlantic Street Stock Series, the Carolina Street Stock Series, the Challenger program. Ron Barfield, honestly, just one of the nicest guys you could ever meet in the sport of racing. I think, when we look at a day and time where people are saying people are hurting the sport, Ron Barfield is one of those people that I think are a ambassador to the sport in keeping grassroots racing going. And I'll tell you this, Alan Dietz a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you heard it or not, but a couple of weeks ago I had Alan Dietz on the Finish Line podcast, and he said, and I quote, I looked at Tom Maryberry and I said, we are doing something wrong here, because if we had to go back and do it over again, we wouldn't have done super late models. We would have done street stocks, because it's phenomenal what Ron Barfield has done with the street stock infrastructure. So again, props going to Ron Barfield. We'll get him on sometime here on Finish Line. We're going to have a quick phone conversation. Hopefully, if he answers. He said, Wesley, I'm working on the side of the road. Call me around this time. If you can give me at least 10 minutes, I'll at least try to talk 10 minutes with you, because I am working. But if you try to call me around this time, I'll see if I'm available. And I'm going to keep him on really, really quickly, not for a very, very long period of time, because I do know he's working. If he answers, he answers. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And we'll just reschedule him for another time. But he did tell me to try to call him around this time. And I'm talking about my good friend Ross Bells. Ross Bells, driver of car number 87, driving the Barry Wright Icon. Barry Wright, the Barry Wright Icon house car. He has been in total domination.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
I'm not going to let you hear what the number is. So, but he has been in total domination here recently, winning all sorts of events. And again, he won the big World of Outlaw Morton Buildings Late Model Series event at Cherokee Speedway over the weekend, of course, at Gaffney, South Carolina. He beat all the national guys. Shepard came in there. Man, Shepard was the guy to beat. Brandon Shepard has been on a hot streak with the World of Outlaw Morton Buildings Late Model Series. He beat them. Ross Bells has been on a rail. He's won spring national events. He's won Southern All-Stars events. He's won unsanctioned special races. And now he wins on the World of Outlaw Morton Buildings Late Model Series. He's a defending, or actually, not defending, because Logan Robertson won it last year. He is a former Fast Track World Champion. Ultimate winner. This man has done it all. The driver out of Clover, South Carolina, in Hales Bells, roll call, whatever you want to give him as a nickname, Ross Bells has just been doing really, really great in the world of late model racing with the on the dirt with the World of Outlaw Late Model Series, and winning that event, of course, on Friday at Cherokee Speedway. Now, Livonia Speedway's event was rained out due to weather. They're going to reschedule that. I believe it said the date was going to be sometime in October, Thursday night. It's going to be a Thursday night show in October, the rescheduled date. Now, if you live in my part of the Carolinas, unfortunately, I've got other obligations going on this weekend. But if you, and I have to throw this out here again, as always, it seems like every weekend we have to say weather permitting, because the weather has just sucked and killed racing this year. This weekend, Friday and Saturday, it is the second annual First in Flight 100, featuring the World of Outlaw Morton Buildings Late Model Series. Their only time ever in Eastern North Carolina is going to be in Boom City with Jim Long Jr. and Joseph Swan, my great friends, at Fayetteville Motor Speedway this Friday and Saturday. The World of Outlaw Late Model Series, $25,000 to win. First in Flight 100. That is, again, this Friday and Saturday, May 10th and 11th, of course, and that is going to be at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. We're going to try one more time. We're going to try one more time to connect to Ross Bales, and if he doesn't answer, then he's probably called up working. Something's going on. He did tell me to call him around this time. Again, as I said, he did give me a great alibi if it's an excuse, but I do believe it. He said he's working on the side of the road. He's working on the side of the road doing some work, but he did say call me precisely around this time, and if he answers, then we'll get him on, spend 5 minutes with him, 10 minutes tops. If he doesn't answer, then we will we'll get him on another day, and we'll go right to Josh Berry. So I know Josh Berry's already looking forward to calling. He's already listened in. He is confirmed for after 11 o'clock. So, of course, he got a big win over the weekend.
Your call has been forwarded to
well, unfortunately, I guess he's not going to answer, so strike out on me. Strike 2 and 3 right there. So, Ross Bales, on behalf of everybody at the Finish Line podcast, congratulations, my friend. Again, I understand you got a work schedule and you got things going on. We tried to get Christian Eckes, Josh Brock on the program. They got other things going on and happening. So, hey, I understand that the this racing world that you love is not your full-time life. Not yet. Do I think that you got the potential to have it as a full-time job? Absolutely. Keep digging, brother. They call him Hells Bells, Ross Bales, winner of the World of Outlaw Morton Buildings Late Model Series event at Cherokee Speedway this past Friday night in Gaffney, South Carolina. So, with that said, we will take a quick 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we will talk to the winner of the Cars Tour, Race at Ace 125, in a very crazy events. From being caught up in a wreck with Brandon Pierce, coming back, fighting through the field, getting the win for the first time this year for Junior Motorsports. That's right, Dell Jr. owns the car. Josh Berry joins us next here in just a moment. Stand by. We'll be back with more. Josh Berry is next.
This is Finish Line.
All About Wraps strives to offer our clients with fast, affordable service with race wraps starting at only $500. From go-karts to national touring teams and everything in between. Late models, modifieds, sprint cars, midgets, asphalt cars, and we'll even decal your helmets. Wraps, design services, and promotions. Everything we offer at All About Wraps. Contact us today to see what we can do for your team. Give us a call, 410-903-3302. Email us at allaboutraps@hotmail.com and visit us on Facebook at All About Wraps.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
This is Finish Line.
Welcome back to the program, Finish Line, on this Wednesday afternoon, May 8th, 2019. Wesley Outland back here with you. Hope you're doing well. So we struck out on trying to get a hold of Ross Bales. Ross Bales was not available, so we're going to have to get him on for another day. But again, congratulations to Ross Bales, winner of the World of Outlaws event. We're going to go back to the phone lines, though, and we're quickly going to get on Josh Berry. Josh Berry picked up the big win over the weekend, of course, at the Ace Speedway. And before I get Josh to answer on the line here, I want to give big props to Jason Turner and what he's done at Ace Speedway. phenomenal. Great people out there. A great event. They got a big race coming up here this upcoming Friday night, the 5,000 to win. Aces Wild. Maybe Josh Berry will be a part of it. Maybe he won't. We'll talk about that with him here in a moment. Please welcome the driver, winner of the Cars Tour late model stock event on Friday night. His first win of the year with Junior Motorsports, of course, from Mooresville, North Carolina, actually out of Hickory, North Carolina, Josh Berry. Josh, good afternoon. Welcome to Finish Line, my friend.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, not a problem, bud. Hey, so did you and Dale Jr. do some partying over the weekend after getting that big race at Ace Speedway Friday night?
No, we did not. I think those days might be a little bit over for both of us.
And by the way, don't forget his boss man and somebody I know very, very well in the NASCAR industry, good friend of mine, Dale Jr. as well. He has the Dirty Mo Racing Media podcast, and that's, of course, every Monday or Tuesday when they come out with that podcast, and it's always fun. I think last week I was finally able to sit there and watch the podcast where John Force took over his show, and I thought that was hilarious. So when you put John Force on the air with you, expect the unexpected, and that was definitely a good one. Hey, so real quickly, let's talk about how the atmosphere was Friday night at Ace Speedway, and is it only fitting to say Ace Speedway was the place to get that first win of the year for the 88 car?
Yeah, it was definitely a good night for us. That's a place where we really haven't ran a whole lot, and really when we really haven't ran too well. But the race of the night, we had a really good car, and it just seemed like we were able to dodge some bullets and capitalize there at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say that. My goodness, there was a lot of calamity. A lot of attrition. A lot of cars got tore up on Friday night. And you know what? And I even say this in surprising fashion, because I even asked you the question when I was doing the Speed 51 Network post race, and I even asked you, I said, man, did you even realize that you were the car that Brandon Pierce wheel hopped off of? And I know that's a sprint car terminology of causing a car to go airborne, but he literally wheel hopped off your chassis, off I think it was the right front wheel or left front wheel, and helped get him in the wall. And you sustained damage, not that much, but you survived a crazy wreck fest at Ace on Friday night.
Yeah, early on when we got turned around, that was obviously not a good position to be put in, but that was just kind of a bad deal early on. Everybody was right on top of each other, and we ended up getting turned around. And then the second incident later on, really, I think that was a pretty good example of just impatience from some people. I think, a car up in the front, didn't get a good restart, missed a shift or something. Everybody got jumbled up, and I felt like some of them cars felt like they were going to make a bunch of positions there, and it just put a bunch of us in a bad spot. And, thankfully for us, we had a little bit of damage on our quarter panel on the right rear, but really it was not enough to really affect anything. And we definitely dodged another bullet there with that one, because our main concern was just having a flat right rear tire or something along those lines after we got back running. But thankfully everything held together.
Again, we're on Finish Line with Josh Berry. Coming up next will be Alex Hendren from Rutherford to North Carolina, Laura Tucker, Sean Vardell, all on the way here for hour number 2 of our podcast, presented by All About Wraps and CrateInsider.com. Alex, again, talking about him building up his legacy from 602 late models, from started out third-generation driver. He's coming up next to the program. We're talking to Josh Berry. Josh, real quickly, bud, let's go back to Orange County, April, and the old North State Nationals. You and Brandon Pierce and Lee Pulliam, and man, that was just such a great show that you guys put on there at Orange County Speedway. And I muster to continue to say this, but I can only say this in my testifying, that it reminded me of the days of old of the NASCAR Busch Series back at Orange County Speedway with the Cars Tour.
Yeah, it definitely was a great event that the Cars Tour put on, and I think their product there at the end, really, from their standpoint, really couldn't have been any better. When it come down to the race, the race had a feel that it was just going to come down to me and Lee at the end, and unfortunately we weren't able to get the win, but it was definitely a great show, and it was just a great atmosphere and great event. late model stock racing in general and all the short track racing.
And another driver I wanted to mention as well, Adam Lemke, your teammate. What do you think of that young kid, Adam Lemke? By the way, he got a 5th-place finish at Ace Speedway this past Friday at the Cars Tour event, and he finished 5th in the top 5 of the Old North State Nationals as well.
Yeah, he's had 2 good runs here the last couple weeks within the Cars Tour. I mean, he's just very just inexperienced, and he's from the West Coast, and I think that the racing out here is a good bit different than what he's used